Hello, this is Sangsu Kim. I'm a master graduate from Next Interface Lab at KAIST. Today I'll be presenting my paper. First, I will briefly go through the research background. Video conferencing as a norm has many potentials for the deaf and hard of hearing community, such as liberating working limitations caused by excessive commute. However, only providing sign language interpreters in these digital environments is counterproductive because not all DHH people use sign language, and there are sudden meetings that does not allow enough time to invite a sign language translator. Most importantly, crucial aspects of DHH inclusive communication, such as nonverbal expressions and manual signals, become lost in an online environment. To accommodate these individuals, a consideration in a design perspective is crucial, rather than merely depending on a sign language translator. We utilize user-generated icons as a visual tool to explore the tacit needs for nonverbal visual aid in an online communication to lessen the language gap and provide effective and inclusive work environment. We aim to meet the following research goals. First, to understand both DHH and hearing users' difficulties and needs in mixed-group video conferencing from both of their perspectives. Second, to explore the potential of and design recommendations for utilizing icons as a visual aid to enhance mixed-group remote conversations. Next is related works. Previous research has mainly focused on the perspective of DHH individuals, and we believe cultural and fundamental language differences between DHH and hearing individuals from both perspectives is important. Therefore, our goal is to create a more effective and inclusive communication strategies by considering the experiences and perspectives of both DHH and hearing individuals. Previous works clarify the limitations of computer-mediated communications which cause DHH individuals to miss out on information. Thus, this research aims to understand the role of visual language during a real-life video-mediated mixed-group communication to discover the communicational needs of individuals in mixed-group meetings. There have been studies on using icons, such as emojis, as a personalized communication. However, there are existing challenges with emojis and icons, such as cultural differences leading to misunderstandings and miscommunication due to misinterpretation. To address such matters, we investigate the usage patterns of icons as a conversational tool to facilitate a more efficient mixed-group communication between DHH and hearing users. Next is the main user study. There were two objectives of the study: discovering the potentials of icons as visual aids in supporting fluent communication in mixed-group context by categorizing and observing usage patterns of user-generated icons, and discovering ways in bridging the language gap between deaf and hearing by considering both the DHH and hearing users' perspectives. There were 12 total participants, 6 deaf users and 6 hearing users. Here is a detailed list of participants. Our study has two parts. First, focus group interview, and then a participatory design workshop, which were conducted on different dates. Here are some figures and study setting and design workshop toolkit. Here are the details of the method structure, which you can refer to my paper for more information. Next, results from the user study. I will go through them briefly due to time constraints. If you have more questions, you can check my paper, which is linked on the last slide of this presentation. As a result of these studies, we found some common concerns in mixed-group video conferencing in 4 common communication methods, which are written language, spoken language, nonverbal language, and sign language for DHH and hearing users. You can refer to my paper for more details. Another part of our results categorize the difficulties in mixed-group video conferencing in comparison to face-to-face communication. Note that the first 2 difficulties are common for both DHH and hearing user groups. Last 2 are distinctive to the DHH user group. I will explain each of these difficulties in detail in the following slides. First, building mutual consensus on disability. In offline occasions, it is easy to share the level of disability prior to discussion to excuse for related complications. However, in online environments, users feel distant to build mutual understanding of disability and difficult to maintain a comfortable discussion environment. Next, understanding the extent of idea comprehension. In offline occasions, it is easier to understand if the idea is sufficiently delivered through detailed facial expressions. However, in an online context, it is harder to confirm the level of idea comprehension, and users are uncertain if the idea is fully delivered to others. Third, grasping the overall discussion status. In offline occasions, it is easier to grasp the overall status of discussion, like the current speaker or order of presentation with physical ambience. However, when online, it is impossible to grasp the overall ambience when physically absent. Therefore, users cannot keep up with meeting content and speaker change. Lastly, asking for additional help. In offline locations, it is easier to quietly raise hands or ask the person sitting next to them for additional support. In comparison, in online environments, users refrain from asking questions during the meeting to avoid unneeded attention. Lastly, we categorize the user-generated icons into 5 categories: indicating discussion status, requesting action, reacting to the discussion, participating in the discussion, and direct explanation. Refer to the paper for details. Next, I will explain the findings of my research. Coming back to the difficulties in mixed group video conferencing, we observed users' usage patterns of icons for mitigating the challenges. For each existing difficulty, we defined the observed challenges and usage patterns of icons to mitigate these challenges. Since I discussed the differences between online and offline mixed group communication in the previous slides, in the following slides, I will define the observed challenges and usage patterns. First, building mutual consensus on disability. The challenges were uncertainty of language gap interrupting communication like speech hesitation. Our observed usage patterns were icons used as a total communication strategy to bridge the language gap and facilitate fluent communication. Next, understanding the extent of idea comprehension. The observed challenges were loss of nonverbal signals, hindering complete understanding, and observed usage patterns were icons that are used for quick and convenient expression to verify communication and increase communication quality. Next, grasping the overall discussion status. Observed challenges were lack of surrounding awareness, leading to passive participation. Observed usage patterns were icons used to distinguish meeting status and encourage participation. Lastly, asking for additional help. Observed challenges were absence of supportive window due to physical alienation, and our observed usage patterns were icons used as a common communication channel to grab attention. Although there were many advantages of using icons to help communication, there were several limitations that were observed. Refer to my paper for more details. Next is implications and design recommendations of this research. We used paper prototypes for user engagement and discovered implicit user needs in using icons as a visual aid. Here we observed and analyzed users' reflections and experiences of using icons in mixed group conversations. We will discuss key implications for consideration and design recommendations when designing and developing an icon system as a semantic tool to enhance mixed group communication. First, differences in icon perception. DHH and Herein user group have differing views on perceiving icons due to existing cultural gap. Such differences in icon perception can lead to differences in usage patterns, creating a barrier to more dynamic use of icons. We recommend straightforward controls for maximum usability to normalize icons as a communication channel. For effective use of icons and give the sense of universal language the DHH users anticipated, all participants need to be actively involved with icon usage to build a sense of togetherness. Second, clarification on icon meaning. Due to the differences in preferred language and cultural backgrounds, users have different interpretations on the icons, thus, the user sometimes could not directly infer the meaning behind the other user's generated icon. We recommend designing icons constructed to build common ground to bridge the language and cultural gap on visual interpretation. Lastly, icons combined with deaf culture. DHH users frequently use icons in combination with non-manual signals that are definitive to deaf culture. If prior understanding of deaf culture is sufficient within meeting participants, icons have potential to be a more powerful tool when used in combination with sign language. We recommend expressive icons with range of motion for expressive and direct communication. Lastly, conclusions with contributions. Finally, contributions of this paper are qualitative results showing challenges of mixed group communication and needs of visual language in mixed group video conferencing environment for DHH and Herein users, and implications and design recommendations to enhance DHH and Herein users' remote mixed communication experiences utilizing icon system as visual language. This paper contributes to the domains of the human-computer interaction and accessibility by offering novel insights into the experience of mixed group video-mediated communication between DHH and Herein individuals. Thank you for listening. For more questions, You can refer to my paper or contact me directly. Thank you.